So it's very rare that a student, because I myself, you know, I will say I was privileged enough to be able to have private lessons. I also participated in my high school orchestra. I participated in my high school gospel choir back in the day. And so when you are able to, and not only have that experience in school,
Hmm.
and you're able to have that instrument, develop the discipline and the leadership skills to practice, and then you take those skills and you go after something like an audition, which is very nerve-wracking. I can only imagine, for a young person to go and have to be judged and get ready for that, and work with your teacher or work with your private teacher to do that, and then to be selected, right? So not only are you looking at the developmental impact of that, but also think about the leadership and the learning impact of that. To then be able to have this opportunity where you're basically over a 72-hour period.
Hmm.
It's a very intensive period where you're working with your peers, you're trying to get things correct, you're trying to correct notes, you're learning from some of the best conductors, and you're working together in a very intensive environment. That not only gives you an opportunity to practice your skill, right, but it also gives you an opportunity to practice your craft. Even though this may be something that you might not turn into a career, however, you're practicing skill and you're also practicing leadership.
Right.
And that's why, for me, and to us, as an organization, this is about, not just featuring the best of the best. It's also about providing that leadership and learning experience. And students take this experience. Some students come back year after year because that's how it works out in the
Hmm.
audition process. And they continue to take the learning from each other that they learn in their rehearsals and this experience, and certainly from the conductor and their chaperones and their teachers, and everybody that has helped them to prepare for what you saw tonight.
You haven't talked about the parents' participation.
Yeah, parents obviously are critical.
Hmm.
Parents definitely reinforce that infrastructure.
Hmm.
And we know that parents are critical in terms of the learning process and helping students to develop
You
the
have to convince
discipline
some of
to
them.
practice, to practice and to actually do this, and to give their students an opportunity to do this. We are the avenue, right? We're the pathway, and then all the folks that are doing all the wonderful hard work are the parents, convincing their students, to practice, how much time they need to practice. The teachers, getting students to do the practice, and such that they can get to the audition, and then once and or if selected, then they have an opportunity to be featured as an all-state musician. So it's parents, it's teachers, it's any other supporters or caregivers or guardians in their life that can help cultivate their discipline and their passion for music, and how that impacts the discipline that they have in other areas of their life. As an educator, and someone who's worked with college students and worked with K through 12 students, I see how that discipline, and what you do,
Brings
as
results, right?
how that spans,
Right.
and then ultimately impacts, so what they do and what they learn here, just a snippet, hopefully continues to follow them, and then they become, a young adult.